Hello and welcome to ThioNews Network, easily the best news source in the entire world. We've got some great news stories for you today. Let's get started. The first news story is actually a tip by one of our viewers about a man who died, unfortunately, under mysterious circumstances. This is truly a sad story. The elderly man, whose name has not yet been released, was found dead in his hospital bed, originally thought to be from old age. But suspicions started to stir when a nurse reported to the police that she had seen the man alive mere hours before he was found dead. The nurse is quoted as saying, "It was weird. I went to check on him before lunch, and when I came back, he wasn't alive at all. I don't know how this could have happened." Police are still investigating all the possibilities, but they haven't found any suspects at this time. We will keep you posted if we learn anything new. Next, in tech news, Apple is expected to announce a new version of the Apple Watch this week, reportedly called the Apple Watch We Don't Give a Shit Anymore edition. Some leaked screenshots indicate that the new Apple Watch will simply be the recently released iPhone SE with a wristband attached to it. In regards to this, Apple CEO posted on Twitter saying this: "At this point, people will buy anything we make, so who cares?" This news may be disappointing to some Apple fans who are expecting an announcement of the long-rumored Apple Pocket Watch, and that would be exciting, but everything at this point is just speculation. Next, we have a news story about the Olympics this year. Head Olympic officials were surprised to find that the Olympics were being held in Rio. It turns out that when they announced that Rio would be the next host of the Olympics, it was supposed to be a joke. Thomas Bach, president of the International Olympic Committee, is quoted as saying, "Wait, we were joking about Rio. You thought we were serious? It was supposed to be in Stockholm. This is going to suck." Bach and other Olympic officials reportedly thought that everyone was simply playing along in their joke and not that the Olympics would actually be held in Rio, Brazil. In government news, the USA has passed a new law making owning illegal guns illegal, making it impossible to do so. Representatives hope that this will stop criminals from being able to keep their illegal guns. With this new law, all criminals who currently own illegal guns will be forced to turn them in, and they have no choice because they're illegal. And that brings us to the point for this week. Why hasn't the government made a law banning terrorism yet? Across the past several weeks, of course, there have been several tragedies and atrocities, but there is a solution that apparently no one has looked at, and that is to ban illegal terrorism, just like they're banning illegal guns. If we banned terrorism and made it illegal, it would instantly stop. But because of gridlock in Washington and the refusal of Republicans and Democrats to work together, this has not come to fruition. So President Obama, I'm asking you, do the right thing and ban terrorism worldwide. Make a law that makes it illegal throughout the entire world. Now for our next story, we have another news tip from a viewer. This time, again, it's unfortunately sad news. In Columbus, Ohio, it's being reported that there was a tragic fire at a cemetery. In the middle of the night, the entire thing burned down. Crime scene investigators unfortunately are reporting that over 500 were found dead. Officials have not told us any more than that, but unfortunately, at this point it sounds pretty bad. In business news, internet service provider Comcast recently announced that they received approval for a giant swimming pool filled with liquid gold on top of their headquarters. They said this gold pool will only be available for use by top executives and any members of Congress who want to stop by and check it out. The company previously requested city approval for a 1,000-foot skyscraper made of solid gold, but the city did not approve that plan because Comcast had not donated enough money to the government that year. As a result of all this, other cable companies such as Verizon and Time Warner have apparently gotten jealous of Comcast's gold pool and announced amazing structures of their own. Verizon, for example, announced they will be constructing a huge solid cube of platinum that serves no purpose other than being expensive. And Time Warner said that they will now be covering their entire headquarters with encrusted diamonds. In science news, there was a comprehensive study by the World Health Organization to investigate the best time in someone's life to have children. As part of this study, there were several considerations, including financial stability, maturity, intellectual development, and education of the parents, along with many other factors. The results of the 20-year study found that the best time to have children is never. Interviews with millions of parents indicate that spending your entire life dedicated to raising another human being generally sucks and is not worth it. Some statistics from the study also show that over 100% of parents would rather die than have another kid. This is some truly eye-opening science. Finally, in other news, in response to Brexit, the US government has announced a vote that will decide whether America will remain part of the United States. So those are all the news stories from TNN this week, and now it's time for Dummy of the Week, where we go over a real-life story from someone who's just been a big dummy. This week we have a guy by the name of Derek Foreman, who has a short temper and a picky appetite. You see, Derek at the time was living with his mother, and one night his mother brought home dinner, Chick-fil-A, but that was her mistake, because apparently Derek really hates Chick-fil-A. Now, any normal person might be disappointed at having to eat at a restaurant they don't like, especially if someone bought it for them, but Derek had a different reaction. Instead, he headbutted his mother in the face. That's right, he didn't like the food that his mother bought for him, so he headbutted her and split open her lower lip. And I'm glad to say that he was arrested and charged with the attack, so he's probably gonna spend some time in jail where he'd probably only hope to be able to get Chick-fil-A. So that's it for this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a big, fat, huge thumbs up, because why not? Also, if you guys have any suggestions of your own, you can let us know down in the comments section or use the hashtag ThioNews on Twitter, and I'll see you again next week. And of course, here's this week's fun fact. I'm on 14 different medications. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, again, be sure to give it a thumbs up so I know you liked it. Let us know down in the comments section. I'll see you next week, and if you want to check out last week's video, here's a sample. Moving on to science news, it has now been confirmed that rapper Trinidad James will be awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics.